We are playing and today we are playing NBA 2K16 one more time, part 2. So yeah, I chose Team UConn because I don't know what team I should use. So yeah, let's go. I'm sorry if you guys hear me coughing in the middle of like when they're talking. I'm just super sick and I'll try to get it out. Sorry. Cough.
Hi, everyone. A pleasure to have you join us here tonight. College basketball is in the air, and we are right in the midst of all the action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We've got the UConn Huskies facing Villanova.
And the thing you love about collegiate sports, the passion, the energy, I mean, the competitiveness and that hunger and drive to succeed and show what you have, it's really always a marvel to watch.
No doubt about it, Greg. And seeing these players out here tonight, I remember how the love for the game of basketball in those formative years when I was playing college was so invaluable. I mean, the experience you gain with excellent coaching and mentorship at this level, really a huge part of where you go with your talent.
Now the starting group for the UConn Huskies. Freak, he's in at power forward, and it's Joseph in at the 3.
And one thing about UConn that has been true all throughout their rise as a power, they have always played solid defense. It's something the program really hammers home.
Here is Day. Down low. And it's slammed in by Splitter.
Now that's the way it's done. Take it up high and throw it down with everything you got.
That's right. Clark, he was not going to take the soft approach on that drop.
I would certainly hope not. I mean, you get that kind of opportunity with little resistance from the defense, you got to take it. Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
And it's Joseph in the corner. Kicks it to Day. Here's Freak. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Beal. Ryan trying to free himself up. Beal's shot is good. Beal's got his first bucket in this one.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation. You know, you hear about the once-in-a-generation player, and Freak just might be that for his generation. Big men can be most impactful on the floor, and boy, does he change a game.
That is what's so great about Freak. Even when he isn't scoring, you can see his presence on the floor. That is what great big men do. You can see how special of a player this kid has a chance to become.
Here's Freak. Off target from three-point range. And it's Villanova with the ball. They trail by 1. Ilgauskas, the pass to Miller. The three-pointer off the mark. And Joseph kicks to Day. Now the pass to Keefe. UConn moving that ball around. Huskies shooting their first free throws here tonight. On the free throw, no good. So he can't get either to fall.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
So on the floor for Villanova, Jones is out there with Clarkson. Then there's Foster, and it's Gaines in at the point. The Huskies on offense. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Jennings with the ball. To the wing on the left. Fires for 3. No good. Villanova goes the other way with it.
And the Villanova Wildcats have had a recent surge in their program over the past decade. Since about 05, they have been a consistent presence in the tournament and also have won a few conference titles.
Here's Freak. The shot's good on the assist by Jennings. And it's 7 points for Freak.
Just hit the
Freak's gone 3 for 7 from the floor so far tonight.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
McAdoo is checked in for Foster. And we welcome you back to college basketball here on 2K Sports as we get ready to get going for the second half of play.
Guys, we had a tight game through the first half. I think we'll see more of the same coming out of the break.
And it's just going to take one big run for one of these teams to establish. Control. If Freak can get hot, his team has a great chance of coming away with the victory.
On the floor for UConn. Freak, he's in at the 4 spot, and it's Joseph in at small forward. UConn trails by 4. Here's Freak. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. There's Villanova.
Well, who could forget Villanova and their 1 college titles? Come on now. It was one of the biggest Cinderella stories ever. One of the greatest upsets ever. Winning it all as an 8th seed, knocking down an outstanding Georgetown team back in '85.
Cooper against Splitter. Cooper kicks to Ilgauskas. Banked in off the glass. And it's a 6-point Villanova lead. Well, talking about the Wildcats and what you were mentioning, the improbable title run in 1985 was certainly the stuff of movies. They got hot, Greg, at the right time.
And they had to take down 2 #1 seeds and also 2 #2 seeds in their path to win it all. Their biggest test being in the finals against the heavily favored Hoyas. It's the defining moment of that program.
Here's Freak. They get it again. Splitter comes up empty down low.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Here's Cooper. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. UConn trails by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Beal with the steal. Guys, a chance to add to their lead.
And if they get it to double digits, Kevin, they might not get caught.
UConn with the ball. They're scoreless since the first half. Again, the miss by the Huskies.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Ilgauskas. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Ilgauskas has got his second basket.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing. And Freak just has not had it here in the second half, and his team can't make up for that. You wonder if they're just a bit shell-shocked right now.
Well, I think part of it, Greg, is when you see your star player struggling like Freak has, then it erodes the confidence of the group. And as a result, they're just not playing as fluidly as they need to.
And Villanova going with the whole new group out there. Ross is checked in for Villanova. McAdoo comes in for Foster. For the Huskies, guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
They've got Jones, and it's Gaines in at the point guard position. There's a screen, and the foul called on Freak. So that'll be his second foul of the game. We're in the single bonus, so they'll have 1-1 right now, and that chance at the line. And he makes the first of the 1-1. Well, you could pick any team in the NBA and name a Husky that played for him at some point. UConn has had a big impact on the NBA.
I mean, UConn has had a lot of NBA talent pass through their school. I mean, it speaks volumes about how well they are able to develop talent and win championships.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his third foul in the game. We've got the double bonus situation in effect, so that sends him to the line for 2 free ones.
Zach Beal taking 2 shots.
Well, for Villanova, they've had a lot of their graduates make waves in the NBA. You can find a Wildcat playing professional ball everywhere, it seems.
Yeah, some of the current Wildcats in the NBA. Kyle Lowry's had a terrific career thus far. Randy Foye are the big names. Dante Cunningham is another guy who's had an impact. And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Villanova.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, Clark, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
Yeah, it was a team that was really in sync. They trusted each other and took the right shot. You know, with Foye and Lowry, as you mentioned, I mean, they played together at the same time for Villanova. It was one of the best backcourts they've ever had.
Villanova making a switch here. Gaines is checked in. So he gets them both.
And that Villanova team with Foye and Lowry was great. The grit and toughness that they both still play with in the NBA today, born at Villanova. And in general, the Wildcat players are some of the toughest mentally around.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Ross with it, out defended by Freak, 11 feet away. McGuire with the rebound. Jennings dishes to Freak. Trying his luck deep. And there's the feed to McGuire. Here's Freak. The three-pointer no good. So it's Villanova picking up the win. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positive.
Hi, everyone. We've got a great night of college basketball hoops in store for you tonight. It's a big matchup and some big-time energy in this building, and we're glad to have you with us. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. It's the Texas Longhorns taking on the UConn Huskies.
There is no feeling like a packed house on a college campus. You can just feel the electricity in the air as two major colleges go head-to-head on the hardwood.
And even though this game isn't a must-have game, it feels like a tournament game, a one-and-done type situation. Both of these programs know that a win here could be huge for them as they get ready to make a run in March.
Here are the five for Texas. They've got Turner. Edwards is out there with Ellis. Then there's Doherty, and it's Ford in at the 4 slot. That one misses.
Well, in Texas, the Longhorns are known for their football history, actually all over the country. They have an impressive basketball alumnus list, too, though. A lot of pros have come out of Texas.
Now here's Freak. Lets it go with the 3. Fast break, Texas. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Down low, here's Ford, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker. One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
Doherty grabs the board. Here is Edwards. Outside Turner. Here's Doherty. A second chance effort, and that one's good.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
And so here's Texas to the paint. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Ford's got his second bucket.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Again, the miss by the Huskies.
Boy, it's been tough for Freak here in the first half. Not sure why he's been so slow out of the gate, but you can see he's not himself.
And guys, with the production he puts up, he's going to see a lot of different looks defensively, and it seems to be throwing him off just a bit. Hopefully, he'll be able to relax a bit and just let the game come to him.
Freak. That one wide left.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
That's good.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
To end the run. No what?
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Doherty the pass to Edwards. Texas moving it around. And it's Turner finishing it off.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling away.
On the court for the Longhorns, they've got Edwards. Also Ellis out there. Turner is out there with Doherty. And it's Ford in at the 4.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Shot's good by Turner. Turner's got 6.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
And the Huskies going with all. Hello and welcome back. This is college basketball on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg as we get set for the second half.
And guys, without a doubt, it's been a rough go so far here for Freak and his team. They just can't find anything to capitalize on consistently thus far.
And Greg, I'm anticipating plenty of adjustments from the coach. But I tell you what, when it comes down to what happens in the second half, it's about the players executing. A few quick baskets right out of the gate, and it's anybody's game.
Freak, he's in at the 4 spot, and it's Joseph in at the 3 spot. And for Texas, they've got Doherty. Ellis is out there with Edwards. Then it's Turner, and it's Ford in at the 4. Edwards with it, out defended by Freak. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Longhorns shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots.
Free throw good. Ford. He's perfect from the line this time. UConn trails by 13. Day the pass to Keefe. Here's Freak. The shot will not go. And Texas the other way now.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And that one's good, Ellis.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And that one's good. Freak.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in his game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
And Turner with the block, but they get it back. Here's Freak. Bank shot, no good. Texas leading by 14. Ellis outside. Edwards against Keefe. Edwards, that's good.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here is Keefe. It's tipped. Pass to Day. Splitter kicks to Freak. Fades and shoots. And the rebound goes to the Longhorns. Doherty's got his 3rd rebound tonight. To the middle. Here's Ford. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Ellis against Keefe. It's Freak, top of the key. Again, the miss by the Huskies. Ellis right side. Here's Edwards. Huskies with the rebound.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Freak in at the 4 spot, and it's Day in at the point.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Dishes to Doherty. Uncovered. Can't get it to go. And the Huskies going the other way now. Joseph, the pass to Freak.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
A platoon swap here for Texas. Blair with it. There's a good screen. Richmond left side. Passes it to Hudson. Longhorns passing it around. Here's Rush, and he uses the glass on the layup. And Texas leads by 19.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here is Jennings. It's Freak, top of the key. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. So the Longhorns win it. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that